Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am driving, so if you've watched my channel for a bit, you know it's going to be in portrait mode, but it's the safest way that I can talk to you guys and film. So I am actually on my way to go get my toenails done with my mom and my grandma because it's long overdue and it's now becoming sandal season and it's rough. I thought I would hop on here and give you guys kind of an update on the last few weeks. I think my last pregnancy update was 26 weeks, I think. So I am now 30 weeks. I will be 31 weeks tomorrow, which is really crazy. And a lot has actually happened between that 26 week to like now period. I believe I discussed in my last video that I did have placenta previa. And if you don't know what that means, it means that your placenta is like covering your cervix completely, which obviously if you're having a natural birth could make it very dangerous and complicated. And on top of it, I do have a blood clotting disorder of some sort. They're not sure which one. They've tested me for the big ones like factor 5 and stuff like that, but they just don't know. My hematologist said there's so many different disorders out there that they just can't track it down. So anytime I am pregnant, because of hormone levels and whatnot, you are at a higher risk of developing blood clots. And in my first pregnancy, I had 3 blood clots. So as a preventative measure, anytime I'm pregnant, I am put on a blood thinning shot called Lovenox. So with a blood thinning shot on top of a placenta previa, which the more pregnant you get, the heavier the baby gets, the more pressure is being put on that placenta, the more chance of bleeding you have. And if you're on a blood thinner, it can be really dangerous. So anyway, that was kind of long-winded, but if you didn't watch that last video or you have placenta previa or something like that, I kind of just wanted to spit that out there. So I went to my 30-week appointment. Well, it was actually at my like 28 week because they are monitoring him for growth. He is an IVF baby. Also, if you're new, I have a whole IVF playlist that you can go back and watch if you would like. But he is an IVF baby, and they do say that like the more pregnancies you have and IVF babies, there's more of a chance of having a placenta previa or a low-lying placenta. So anyway, so I go in for different growth scans quite frequently. And at my last growth scan, my placenta had moved from a complete previa, which means covering the entire cervix, to just a low-lying placenta. So still like covering, but partial, it moves. So the further you progress in your pregnancy, the more chance you have of your placenta moving up. In my case, it wasn't really a big deal in regards to, I knew going into this that I was gonna have a planned cesarean section. My first daughter, I had a 4th degree tear. It was horrendous. And my second daughter, they said, in case, anything goes wrong, etc., we're scheduling a C-section. So now it's a repeat C-section. So I at least didn't, get my hopes and dreams crushed about having a natural delivery with this previa. So there was that. So the last time I went in, it had moved to just a low-lying placenta. Well, then I went in 2 weeks later, which was last Thursday, and it had shifted, like completely gone. It moved up, completely out of the way. So for me, it wasn't necessarily, I can have, a natural birth. It was, good. Like the bigger he gets, the less risk that I have of just bleeding out. So I was really, really thrilled about that my placenta had moved. At 30 weeks, one day when I went in, the baby was weighing right on the nose at 3 pounds. My perinatologist said that he is a little bit underweight, but we already knew that, hence the growth checks. But again, IVF babies tend to be smaller, is what he said in some cases. Not all cases, but some cases. And I guess in mine he is. But other than that, he is measuring like the fundal height and all of that jazz, my fluid, everything like that is measuring exactly where it needs to be. He just needs to get a little bit of weight on him. They also planned my cesarean section. Granted, he, does not come any earlier than he's supposed to. So that will be middle of June. So that's really exciting. I really want to do one more update before I go in to have him, because I feel like I've been so sporadic with my updates. I have had some people on my Instagram, which I've been more active on, you guys. I have been terrible. I've not really known how to use it very well. I still don't, but I am on Instagram like more and more, and I'm really proud of myself about it. You can check me out at LAWCR12. I'll try to leave it here too if I remember and edit correctly, because I'm not great at that either. But I do post on there daily now, at least one post a day. I'm really shooting for, and I'm getting better at using it. But I had some questions on Instagram. That's where I was going with that. Saying if I was gonna do a what's in my hospital bag video. And I also asked YouTube on my community page if you guys would like to see that, and the answer is yes. And then people on Instagram asking me if I was gonna do it, and again the answer is gonna be yes. I have always wanted to do a what's in my hospital bag video, but I didn't start YouTube until after I had my first daughter. I think I started YouTube when Meredith, my youngest, I think she was 3 months old. So I've never been able to do it, but with both of my girls' pregnancies and this pregnancy, I find those videos extremely interesting, even though most of the time just because we do it and it's fun and it's not something you do every day, but we overpack and we buy stuff that we probably don't need, but it's fun. And again, how often do you go in to have a baby? It's exciting, it's fun. Aside from the nerves and maybe some fear or what have you, going in to have a baby, me personally, especially my last instance of knowing and going in for a planned C-section, was really, really nice. Just because I was able to nest and buy what I need for my hospital bag, get it ready, go the day before or so to get my nails done, and take a shower that morning and then mosey in and have a baby. That was really nice. And with that being said, on the C-section point, I want to say, because there's some nasty people out there and this is a public video, you never know who's watching. You know that you're going to have people who support you and who care about you, but you also know that when you put yourself out on the internet for the world to see, you're going to have haters. It's just the way it is. But yes, I elected for a planned C-section last pregnancy and this pregnancy. And no, do I think that women who have elective planned cesarean sections are any less, or taking the easy way out of bringing a child into this world? Absolutely not. And it actually really, really frustrates me when I see other videos or TikToks or anything on social media of women truly hurt and affected by different people being jerks to them because their doctor had told them that it would be in their best interest to have a planned C-section. And to each their own. If you want to have a VBAC, have a VBAC. If you want a C-section, do a C-section. If you don't, that's great too. Ultimately, we all have the exact same goal, and that is to bring the baby into this world in the safest way possible and getting them here as long as they're healthy. And that is my goal, and that should be everybody else's goal. And I do believe as mothers, we share that goal. So anybody who comes at me for having an elective C-section, or anybody for that matter, shame on you. as women, we need to support each other and build each other up, and listen to the advice of your doctor. They practice medicine for a reason. I'm not going to say every doctor, you know, knows 100% what they're doing, but who does? Nobody in this world is perfect, but they do practice medicine, and I personally take the advice from my medical professional, as should, you know, most people. But I will also say the women who are super warriors and whatnot, who have home births and water births, and, you know, however they bring this baby into the world, or babies, like, more power to you. You are amazing. Like, you go, girl. The point I'm trying to make is, don't come at people for not being the way you want people to be. Just because somebody does something different doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just different, and that's okay. And my mom has preached that to me my whole entire life, and that applies to giving birth. Like, no matter how you bring your baby into this world, it's a beautiful, wonderful experience. Sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's a long journey, sometimes it's just a roller coaster. But ultimately, our goal is to bring the baby into the world in the healthiest, safest way possible. So I will stop ranting about that, but I just got here to the nail salon, but I wanted to give you guys that like update. So when you're seeing this, I'm 31 weeks. So we're getting there, guys. I will try to do, my next video is what's in my hospital bag video. Sorry, I was just choking on my own spit. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or concerns about the placenta previa, or if you're going through it, or blood thinners, or IVF, or any of it. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Again, I am on there a lot more these days, and I'll try to leave that information in the description box so you can find me. And I really hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see and talk to you guys all soon. And I hope you had a great Easter. Bye.